shit. I was chatting to my buddy Jake Loosemore the other day, and he was regaling me with a story of his, what he thought was his best playing ever. And he was talking about he was playing with the Mick Taylor from that pedal show, Mick Taylor's Blues Implosion, and they were playing Worried Life Blues. And he said, I had my volume pedal set up like Michael Landau. I've just given it away. I think that the volume pedal might be one of the most underrated pedals. It's not the ring mod, it's not the blues driver. I think the volume pedal, because well, I don't know, if you're anything like me, you just kind of skip over this thing in general, right? I'm not recording. This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. For this video here, I was actually using, so this is a Boss FV500L. This is the low impedance pedal. I think for my uses a high impedance pedal might have been the better choice, but this is what I have. And I've tried it in a few different ways. One of the ways that I found that I was most blown away by was, I think, this in front of a blues driver. So the blues driver is after this. I think that's the way I did it. So guitar goes into here, and that is, I think, why I should have gone into a high impedance, because the pickups are high impedance, right? So this is designed to be after something like a tube screamer or after a pedal, if you check the manual. However, it still seemed to be doing something really pleasant to me. And what you're essentially doing, and this is one of the things that Michael Landau and the boy from Vertex talked about at some point, he wanted an expression pedal that was basically mapped to the volume of a actual drive pedal, and I think that's what they experimented with. So you plug the volume pedal into literally to control, like an expression pedal, the Jan Ray volume. So that might be something worth trying in our modeling world at some point, right? But just plugging a volume pedal somewhere in your chain, I think, can do real good things. So you could put it before your drive section, or you could put it after your drive section, or you could put it after your delay section. But I think it's definitely worth, if you've got one, just digging it out and seeing what it can do for you, because yeah, it's definitely a thing. The Boss stuff can also be used. This has got an expression pedal out, which is more what I've used this for, but I just wanted to try it. So I'm plugged into my Fender Pro Reverb now. I've got the volume pedal on the floor. So even on like clean tones, I've got way more control, and I feel like my tendency is to use it a little bit differently to a volume knob on a guitar, which I think is your most obvious kind of thought that you're going to have when you think about this, is that, well, I've got a volume knob, why would I need this? So you could also set up your min and max on the volume if you're not doing like a swells thing. So for so I could set the minimum to be somewhere and just have it like a 2-tier system where I've got like just switching between like 2 volumes, so the minimum is no longer like off completely. Where I'm presuming this is going to make even more of a difference though is with the drive. So I've got my angry driver here. But I can just control things way better. Switch to the blues driver mode on the angry driver. If I was going to stack then with the 5-watt well bus, the other thing is, if I wanted certain levels of gain that would kind of stack like a few things together, I can get those at a lower volume. And I'm able to do things that without the volume pedal, I just don't think I'd even try them, because it would just be so loud. I think that the most cliched, that's not to say bad, but obvious thing is something I've totally overlooked. I don't know if any of you guys are in the same boat, but just something that it's so obvious when you think about it, but a volume pedal after your drive section, a volume pedal even maybe before your drive section, to give you that control that up till now you've not necessarily had. When you start stacking gain pedals, you're like, oh, actually that's not quite right for that part. It just makes so much sense, and obviously why the legends like Michael Landau, Alan Holdsworth make good use of a volume pedal, and I think it's something that easily can go by the wayside, that we don't even really think about, even as like an effect as such, but it's such a useful tool. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. How do you use a volume pedal? Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Cheers for stopping by.